There's a new town. We'll repeat it, I don't care anymore. We've done this too many times. We're keep going.
There's a new town?
There's a new town. Yeah, it's called YouTube.
Oh my
and we're
God.
the king of it. We're going to keep going with this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, obviously, this is the McBryant Show. It's just a combination of our names.
I'm Gannon McDonald.
I'm Isaiah Bryant.
The McBryant Show.
Yeah, hence the McBryant Show.
Pretty epic.
We're going to be doing a variety of things. We're going to be talking about sports, maybe a little bit of politics. We're going to do some challenges. We might do a reaction video. We're just trying to see, like, what works. Because we don't...
Go with the flow.
Yeah, we're going to go with the flow because we don't... I mean, this is the first time we've ever done anything like this, so... We're just going to go with what works.
Yeah, we want to see if it works and what works.
Yeah.
So, what we do want to point out first is that our channel, we want it to be faith-based. And because of that, we're going to go off of recent things that have, like, helped us in our faith. And one of the latest things has been, for me, is me and Isaiah went to a Awana camp.
And Michael. Our boy in the back.
Hi. Wait, you want to introduce us?
Very
Yes,
enthusiastic.
introduce yourselves. You guys have a camera.
Oh, that's right.
What's your name?
I set that up.
Yes, you did. Good job.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
Who are you?
My name is Keenan Langley. I am the professional person sitting here and drinking Canada Dry.
that's your profession?
That's Canada Dry.
It almost looks like champagne.
Champagne.
Yeah. Did you guys just drink out the same cup? That's... Alright, whatever.
Okay.
You like Canada?
He's more
Not
of a
really.
champagne guy.
That's why I was like, that is definitely Canada Dry.
Hey, you guys are in the background for a reason.
Okay.
Keep going. What's your name?
I'm Michael Becker, also known as Jamie.
New Jamie.
The new
2.0.
Yeah, pull that up, Jamie. Is the same.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we get copyright
Yeah.
for that? Is that a copyright violation?
Yeah.
Probably is,
Has
but...
Joe Rogan copyrighted that?
Well, I guess we'll find out when we post this.
Yeah.
Oh well.
First video, copy strikes.
Well,
YouTube.
you gotta
Wow.
choose something.
You gotta see what works. Go with
Yeah.
the flow.
But like I was saying, Awana camp. Isaiah, like, how would you explain Awana to them?
So Awana, it's a Bible study, and it's to its core. It's an acronym for approved workmen are not ashamed, which is, as you know, 2 Timothy 2:15, which is like the principal verse that they use. So the whole basis of Awana is taking youth and training them up in biblical truths and trying to get them prepared for when they leave their families, because a lot of times a lot of kids, when they leave their families, like Christian households, they
I can't look at your face.
Okay, don't look at me then. Okay. So when they leave their houses, like 70% of them end up falling away, and so Awana's kind of like trying to equip kids for when they finally go out to college. Stop laughing, bro. And so
like 4 cups of cream soda. This hurts.
Yeah, this guy was chugging cream sodas earlier,
You should watch that in our sports segment.
which is coming up, by the way.
Coming out soon.
Stay tuned.
Sorry, we didn't mean to plug early, but...
Well, might as well. Gotta go with the flow.
Gotta plug.
We didn't need to plug early, but
Plug the one
whatever.
Plug the one.
Always.
That's when, yeah.
Yeah. So Awana hosts a camp every year. Everybody within, all the way to some from Arizona and LA, they all come together to this camp and get together. Very few from Arizona, but they all get together, and it's just a really great time for spiritual enrichment. And obviously there's a lot that goes into it, but it's kind of hard to explain Awana camp in such a short description.
Yeah, but me and Isaiah were leaders there for the junior high kids, which is like 6th graders to like 8th graders. And so we were leaders for that, and what's awesome is
And our boy Michael.
The lesson this year was the whole armor of God. And what's awesome to me for this was, like, a week after Awana camp, I flew to Albania. And part of the whole armor of God is talking about these fiery darts that come our way. And fiery darts are basically things that make you angry and upset and like, come on. And just things that make your day go worse. And Temptations. Temptations, but it's not just temptations.
Not
it's
just temptations.
It's like temptations, but it's mostly like things that make you mad. And or like that could tick you off. That's a good way of saying it, tick you off. Satan, you can go sit on a tack. It's from a song.
Wait, okay, never mind. I want to bring that up, but I'm not going to.
Dang, son, we just brought up that verse.
It's true. But, so there's these fiery darts. And while I was in Albania, I was getting thrown with some fiery darts. And, like, let me explain. This is a story in Albania. I went to Albania to help the church there in Albania with camps. My main thing was to make videos. And while I was making videos, there was just, a few things that just didn't go exactly excitingly, I guess. And while I was... Yeah, excitingly. While I was there, I get to this camp, which I went there last year, and it was a super nice camp, AC. I was put in nice rooms. But this year I was with a bunch of, like, little kids in this camp, in this tent, and they all spoke different... Most of them were too young to even speak English, so it was like, we're turning the light off, and, like, time for bed. And it was hard sometimes, and luckily they were young and they listened to me. But here's where the fire darts came in. I was super tired that week because I was, sleeping in a tent, and I just wasn't in the best of moods, which I should have been in a better mood. But I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I didn't eat breakfast this day.
Ooh, breakfast day.
I wanted to sleep.
Hangry.
Breakfast was at 8. These were English camps, and then I went to the gospel later at night. And the English camps, it started at 9, the English lessons. But breakfast was at 8. But we're going to bed around 11 or 12 at night. So I wanted to, like, sleep as much as possible. I slept till 9, like, every day, skip breakfast. That was a mistake because lunch is until 1. So I was pretty hungry. But where the fiery darts came in is, I can't remember the first one, but I got hit with it. And I was just like, man, that was a fiery dart. And it's awesome because we were talking about this a week before in Awana. And then, at Awana camp, talking about fire darts. But then, funny thing, I go to the bathroom, because, sometimes you gotta go. I went to the bathroom. I'm sitting down, enjoying my time, it's nice.
Oh.
Can I tell a story?
Didn't know where this one was.
Okay, I'm going to the bathroom, boom, it's epic, I'm in my own stall, it's nice.
Wow. Alright.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Michael, you're really distracting the story.
Okay. So, I'm on the toilet.
Sorry.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sitting down. Okay. No, I should use a different word. I'm just going to the bathroom, that's it. And all of a sudden, this cleaner person just comes in with a hose and starts spraying these toilets. It's like this is how they clean the toilets, was with the hose. Like super high pressure hose. And they're just splashing. No, it's not like a geyser. It's like this spray.
No, but when you spray it down in there, it's gonna.
Oh, I mean, that's what it seems like.
This is what I'm imagining. Like a long hallway of stalls.
And this person just comes
in the last one.
Oh my goodness.
I think you're saying.
No.
That's what I'm picturing too. Kid's like, I gotta hurry up, man.
It's like, oh crap.
Yes.
Okay,
And then the second one. Boom. It's like, I only got
Like a
4
horror
stalls
movie.
over there at me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's kind of what it felt like. Okay, luckily, it was only me because I chose to go there when there's no other people there. Because, like, sometimes in, like, the morning or at night or whatever, there's just so many people in the bathrooms.
You gotta poop in privacy. Like,
Yeah.
that's the best.
It's so nice.
true.
But the point is, I'm going to the bathroom, and I'm the only one in there, and I'm like, okay, I have peace for 2 minutes or whatever. But instead, this lady, I think it was a lady. The reason I think that is because most of the cleaner people are ladies there. So she's just cleaning the toilets. Spraying, and all the stall doors are open except for mine.
Knocking down the door.
No, the doors are, okay, that's funny, but no. But like, she's spraying it, clean, I'm like, okay, this is cool, whatever. And I'm just a little annoyed because I'm like, why now? And she just goes, skips mine, goes. But then there's this water, just like, slowly creeping towards my feet. And I'm like sitting down, I'm like, oh no, the water is coming towards me. I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, how am I gonna?
Sticking your feet up.
How am I gonna do that?
Oh my goodness.
And why? Like it didn't work. So I was just like, oh no, please, like why? And like as this was happening, I was like, this is a fiery dart. And how am I gonna act in a way that's good instead of in anger. Because I believe you can be angry, but then you can act in sin with that. And you can be like, oh, I hate this, or I'm super mad, and turn it into sin. And I was just like angry. I was like, why is this happening? But then I was like, why is this happening? Like, I knew it was a fiery dart, and I was like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah.
Like, this is the stupidest fiery dart ever. Like, Lord, why are you sending this to me? And then the water stopped, like, I don't know how much, probably 5 inches on both sides of my feet. So I had space. It wasn't as close as it sounded like it was gonna be. I was getting worried, and I was like planning it ahead of time. Like, if there's water, how am I gonna put my feet up and wipe? Like, it's like that's not working out.
No, that's a challenge.
That's a challenge. So I was like, I was planning it out, but then I was like, why is this happening? And so it just ended. I got lucky, and they just, for some reason, left. Like, okay, what's the point of cleaning the bathrooms if you're gonna forget some? You know?
You just leave a bunch of poopy water on the ground.
No. Why?
This was clean water, right?
Yeah, no, it was like water. They're cleaning all the toilets. It's how they clean the toilets in Albania. And
What if a toilet was like what?
they were some days.
I don't think they're just
But-
gonna spray. Sorry.
But like the thing that annoyed me was it's just like clean all the like I don't know. It was just weird that I was in there and I'm pretty sure it was a lady. Why would they still go in there even if they see someone like in the bath? Like they definitely saw my feet. You know when you see the feet and you're like, that's the feet.
You're
And
trying
later
to
you
see-
walk in the bathroom, you're like in and out or something, and you smell. You're like, that's bad. And you see like the socks and the shoes. You see them later. You're like, you were the one. You were the one. And it was bad.
I know you.
It was bad. And the worst is when it's not like when it's at like a camp or it's at like church, and you're like, oh, James, why? You know? Sometimes it's Jeremiah, sometimes it's Elijah. But like,
Really,
Calling
on the bulletin
people out
right now.
here,
okay,
man.
you know what I'm saying though. But like,
Shut
but like.
Yeah.
That's what was happening. And that was this fire dart. So there was one in the morning. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember thinking about it. And then like this toilet one. And it was just so funny. And I was actually kind of laughing at this point. I was like, why am I getting these fire darts? These are funny. But, so this is around like 2 p.m., maybe 3 p.m. And I filmed English and I filmed games. Because this camp, you do games too. It's not just like a boring camp where you're like, here, learn these words, you know. It was a fun camp too. And so I go to edit my video for the night, because I was editing videos every single night, as like a highlight video. And I go to edit it, put my memory card in, and of course, my memory card doesn't show up on my computer. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Another fiery dart being thrown at me. But I knew instantly, I was like, this is a fiery dart, it's gonna work in like 5-10 minutes. Like, I was just having faith in God, because like, that was my only memory card with me. And this was like week 1, so I have 2 more weeks of camp. No memory card. I think I could drive like 30 minutes to probably buy a memory card. But like losing all the footage from one whole day would suck. And like I want to be able to make a highlight video. So I got that. 5-10 minutes later, I was just like, okay, it's going to work. Just calm down. I put it in. It works. It was awesome. And I just thought, I know this has nothing to do with Awana Camp really, except for this, what we were teaching on was the whole armor of God. And I just thought it was awesome. And let me actually read the verse. Ephesians 8:16. Above all, taking the shield of faith with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one. And so it's like, I feel like when I was sitting down on the toilet, like I was having the shield, because I was like, I didn't want to
Always take your shield to the toilet.
I mean, literally, like I had a shield. But like, it was cool. But like at the same time, like, I could have been so mad and then like, complaining and then like, I mean, I feel like I did complain that week. Like, I wasn't in the best position, but at the same time,
It's easy to get frustrated over.
It's easy to
something
get frustrated.
small like that.
Yeah.
but like, I think what's important is to have your shield. You'll be still throwing these darts and it's annoying, but it's how you use it. If I use it into like anger and make my day worse and be mad at people, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
But if I see this fire dart and I'm like trying to dodge it, like totally cool. I still like. I don't know. I think that's my story. That's cool. I hope you liked it.
That was a funny story.
That's
I had to add that dramatic interpretation. I was just seeing.
That's exactly what I was seeing too.
I'm picturing Monsters Inc. when he's like the girl Boo, you know, and there's like the creepy lizard like opening the doors.
Yeah,
And it's like
that's true.
it's like so scary.
Yeah.
And that's what I was picturing.
I was like, yeah, I was
Um,
pretty, yeah.
That I'm glad you added
Something
that.
I kind of want to like add though, not to your story because I actually this is the first time I've ever heard it, so that was actually pretty great.
Yeah, that was
But,
exciting.
And when you were like, when you said like, Lord, why are you giving me these fiery darts? God doesn't actually give you fiery darts. I mean, the wicked one, Satan.
Yeah, no,
I think that's probably just like you just didn't mean to say that, but I think that's just an important distinction to make.
Yeah,
like
I
in James
totally
chapter 1, like it says that God does not tempt anyone.
Yeah.
Right. Kane knows because we were just going over that in Friday Fellowship. He doesn't tempt anyone. We are tempted when we are drawn away by our own desires and enticed. Obviously, Satan uses that, right? I mean, being angry is a very big temptation. It's super easy to get mad at anything, right? You hit traffic, you know, when you're driving home, even though it's the time that's not rush hour, that can get you irritated, right? Like, dude, really? I've been gone all day and all I want to get home.
Yeah.
Like, a story for me, I was recently watching a house out in Alpine for a couple weeks, and after Awana, I was driving up.
This guy was mad at the end of the night.
What?
You remember you got on Discord?
Oh yeah, yeah. So
right after that.
So I was pretty mad. I wasn't mad. I was irritated.
He wasn't mad. Yeah,
I was irritated because so I drive up there.
Yeah.
So it's like a 25-minute drive from Awana. So it's closer to that house than my actual house. So I drive up there. It's like a gallon of gas to get there. I go to unlock the door.
$4 now.
Yeah,
too?
it's crazy high.
Yeah.
I go to unlock the door. I don't have the key. I left the key on the other chain. And I was like, no. It was like 9:30. I had homework I had to get done.
Classic.
And I was really upset. So I drove down. Took a half hour to get home. It's another gallon. Drive all the way back up. That's another gallon. And by the time I got back, it was like 10:30. I was mad. I was irritated. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
I should have been in bed.
yeah, I was
taking my bath.
Baths are nasty, dude. You really just you're sitting in your own filth. I mean, let's be real here. If you want to take a shower first, then take a bath, go for it. But I mean, straight to a bath.
Interesting.
Don't do it. Think about it though.
He had strong opinions about that.
But think about it though. When you go into a bath and you clean yourself, all that dirt. It's just going in the water you're sitting in.
I mean, you're not
wrong.
I mean, this really sidetracked, but I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, it is very easy to get angry at like little things that happen.
And yeah, it's crazy because like sometimes we do like think like, oh God, why did you do this to me? But yeah, like you said, it's not God actually. But that was just like the first thing in my head, like why Lord, are you allowing this to happen to me?
Yeah.
And that was like the first thought for me. But then another huge thing is a lot of people think it's Satan using you. It's like, oh, Satan made you sin. Or Satan made me do it. But really, it's not. Like these fire darts, I don't think it's actually Satan himself. I think it's Satan's troops. He's sending all his like little guys to annoy you. It's not. Satan's not. What's the word? He's not everywhere. Omnipresent. Yeah.
Right.
He's not everywhere. So it's like. He's definitely sending his troops, and it can annoy us. But at the same, like it's when people say Satan made me do it, I would say that's wrong too.
Yeah, I mean Satan doesn't force you to do anything. Vodi Bakum, I was talking to you about this before. Yeah, I did. It was his sermon on the flesh, the world, and the devil. And he was making an interesting distinction. He said that a lot of Christians today they're like, oh, all I need is just a little bit of help. But in fact, our actual flesh, without the new spirit that Christ gives us, when it's just the flesh, we're actively searching against God. We're actively working against Him. Our flesh seeks after the devil and the world. We want nothing to do with God. Like we're totally deprived without Him. Look, it's people are like, oh, if I just need a little bit of help and then I can be good. No, we need, redeeming grace because without it we're doomed.
Yeah.
So,
I think kind of like on that topic, it's also often people say, why is God allowing this to happen or that to happen? And God is allowing those things because He's sovereign, and so He does have control. but they forget God is also allowing them to pray. He's also allowing them to seek Him and read His Word. He's also allowing them to talk to others, to go to the church, to go to their brothers, to seek help. And too often people just focus on the negative, like whether it's the enemy coming in and God is allowing that to test them and to allow them to grow or to become stronger through it. People forget that too often.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think there's also like, what's this stuff? There's also like getting mad over little tiny things that you really shouldn't get mad over. Really, like, I don't know if drains is the right word, but like, I don't know, it really ruins your day. How about that? It sets the mood for the day, right? Like, you're driving to work and somebody cuts you off in the morning, and that's just like, why on earth would you do that? Just like, and then you're because you're like mad about one little thing, another little thing comes, and then you get even mad because of that, and it's just like this train roll effect, and then you just become like super cynical to the world, right? And it's just like, then it's like you reach a point where it's like you can't even show love, right? Because you're just mad at everybody.
Yeah.
There's no room to give love out, because it's like, well, when you're mad at somebody, that's the opposite of wanting to show love to them. You know?
It's you're right. Like, it's never just one thing. It always adds up.
Yeah.
And it just gets worse and worse until you're just like, I don't want to talk to anyone right now. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, and you just want to go on your way. And it always does seem to add up, and it's a big temptation to get angry.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to like say for you guys, but also for any viewers watching. Is that, like, have it on your mind that there are things that are be thrown at you that are annoying, but you need to have it on mind. Like, is it a fiery dart? Don't make it a worse situation than it is. Always have it in mind that you're being thrown fiery darts, or like things are gonna happen, and just be okay with it and deal with it in a good way. Use the shield of faith. And it says you can quench all, not just some, not a few, not one or two, all the fiery darts of the devil. And it's just like so encouraging. And if you have that in your mind always, to be thinking about just blocking it. And I think that's huge, is keep it in your mind.
Yeah, for sure. Just as I'm going back to James again, but count it all as joy. Right, because we know that through persecution or tribulation, that produces patience, right?
Yeah.
And patience, I believe it was faithfulness, right? It's definitely something. Even when you're going through a trial, which is a trial, basically is like an opportunity to choose either to follow after God and do what He requires of us, or to sin against God. And follow what the flesh wants. So there's definitely there's whenever there's a fiery dart, there's two options, right? You can either go with what we're called to do as Christians, or what our flesh wants us to do, which is sin against God, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Do we have any funny stories?
Camp stories?
Camp stories that we could end with?
Camp stories.
Kind of end on a lighter.
There's a lot. Should we talk on like the Z?
You want to talk about the Z? You want the Z incident?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Incident Z.
There was a long stretch of time at a Awana camp. Somehow I'd always get hurt. I don't know what it was. I think I'm not an injury prone person, but at camp I always just seemed to get hurt. And it was specifically a Awana camp.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. So it was me, Gannon.
This was not last.
This was a while. This was when I was a student. So this was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. Just
throwing that out. Yeah, this is not. This is no longer pertaining to the whole armor God. This is just a fun story.
Fun stories about a Awana.
Fun story.
Yeah. So
probably one of the most memorable.
It was a pretty good one. It was a
it's
good one.
pretty high up there. It's in the top 10, easy.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of good moments. Mario's
Top 3.
But we'll leave that.
Mario's number 1, but this one's like number 3.
Oh, I'll take top 3.
Maybe 2, maybe 2.
Okay. Yeah, so it was me.
This story?
I haven't.
Oh,
All right, buckle up.
So, me, Gannon, Michael, Jeremiah, and a few other people. But so we all go out to Stargaze one night. I think it was like a Wednesday. Yeah, I want to go from like Sunday to Saturday.
Yeah, I'll say Wednesday.
So it was like middle of camp. We go out there. This is during free time around 9 o'clock or something like that, and we're out there stargazing. And Jeremiah and Gannon over here are running around being weird, scaring people, trying to. I don't know what they were doing. Right?
We were being back then, quote, tonight's entertainment.
Well,
That's what we were being.
Yeah,
is super accurate.
yeah, especially back then.
Super accurate.
These guys were,
Accurate.
rap battling people.
Dude, like,
Oh yeah, the rap battles.
That was fun though.
Hey, we did these rap battles. No, that's another story. But
Yeah,
rap battles were fun.
We'll bring those up later.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was, but for some reason I decided just to chase after him. So I was like, you know what? I'm chasing him.
Yeah, he just.
Well,
I have my moments.
let's describe it a little bit more though. Me and Jeremiah, there's this water slide going down into this big little field.
Did they have that at that point?
Yeah, they had it.
3-4 years
And
ago?
me and Jeremiah are like going around trees, like jumping, like we were being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Jeremiah are like, hey,
I don't believe it.
It's coming out now.
but yeah, like Jeremiah and I are like, hey, let's go climb the slide at night, which was a really stupid idea. Jeremiah starts climbing the slide a little bit, and I was gonna do it, and I was like, no,
Slide's not on.
Slide's not on. I'm like, I'm not gonna get in trouble for a stupid thing climbing this like slide or whatever. So then I run away a little bit. He like runs away too. We're like jumping. We're just being like kind of dumb. Like let's just put it that way, dumb.
It's camp.
And then Isaiah, he's with like Michael and a few other friends. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go be like these idiots. And he goes, runs after us. And I'm gonna finish the story here. Or
To give
you
some
from your
more
point, yeah.
Picture,
Mm-hmm.
more context,
More water.
More-
Picture.
yeah.
Picture
Okay.
of
Yeah.
juices?
No.
Picture or picture?
For more context, yeah, it was the people you mentioned. I'm not going to name who else was there, but there was other people there that were not normally in the friend group. Okay?
First time I met them, by the way. So it was,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this added a whole nother dynamic to Gannon and Jeremiah's craziness.
Is that when you?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What were you going to say?
Was this like when you guys first met them, or like?
No,
pretty
I
recently?
make friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
These are like Michael and I know like all these people.
Yeah.
But Jeremiah and Isaiah was like
It was a couple.
That was really the first time I met them.
Yeah.
It was a couple different people.
yeah, this group, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just but yeah. So Dan and Jeremiah are like really funny together, and then when they do something crazy, it's even funnier. And then sometimes it's like, what are you doing? And then when there's like people that don't know quite about the Gannon Jeremiah dynamic, it's like, oh, we gotta put on a show tonight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who it is, right? Like, am I right?
Yeah, yeah. Right,
We're just
right.
putting on a show.
It's just you guys are entertainers. Like,
Naturally.
yeah,
I mean,
naturally.
What
every
were you
time I'm
now?
around them, I
Yeah.
entertain.
Yeah.
They never
Anyways,
fail.
just this show, if you want to call it, were you chasing Jeremiah? I don't know.
No, me and Jeremiah were just being dumb.
Yeah, they were just running around.
They were
Just
playing
like
tag.
waddling
They
around.
were playing tag.
Playing
This-
tag? Come on.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't
This
know what they were
was-
doing. It was
yeah.
dark. I mean, this is up in the mountains. This is in Idlewild, which is to the north of San Diego. It's pretty. I mean, it gets dark at night because there's no
Yeah.
street lights
There's
anywhere.
No, the stars were amazing.
It was,
No,
it was,
yeah.
it was really nice.
Yeah.
Like if nothing had happened that night, it would have been really cool.
yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
yeah,
I think we
yeah.
should get going with the story again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to
No.
add that context.
Okay, you're adding, it was friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
But
context.
basically, me and Jeremiah, waddling around, like crawling or running, like hiding behind a tree, and honestly, we were, as Michael said, entertainers. So, that sounds really stupid. It sounds like we were just a bunch of rodents. That's not exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But, Isaiah, here's the story. Me and Jeremiah were, kind of close to each other. Do you know what it was? Me and Jeremiah were kind of fighting each other. We started tackling each other a little.
Oh, yeah.
And then
yeah.
Isaiah was like, hey, like legit, hurry, like this big, hurry. You know,
Dad
just
mode
like,
came
That's
out.
definitely not what I
you
do.
know, how he does like the chest thing. Hurry.
What? How? When have I ever done the chest thing?
Okay, what? But like,
This mic keeps falling.
Michael,
you legit. No, okay, it wasn't exactly like that. But like Isaiah does like this dad thing, where he's like, "Hey, you," and like he'll point at you, and then he'll go towards you. Like that's
I
exactly
have
you.
on always.
Yeah, but that's what he did, and explained from there.
Okay, so
That's loud.
I
Don't do that. I'm sorry.
All right.
that's all good. That's why I start chasing after Jeremiah because they got on my nerves. And they were doing it for a while, and I was like, okay. So I chased after him. It's super dark. I can barely see.
Yeah, it
Jeremiah.
was really dark.
So I'm chasing after him, and all of a sudden it's so dark that you actually can't track people very well. All of a sudden he's to my left.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? And then there's this dip in the ground. Like first we were on the field, and the field is not level at all. There's tons of dips in it. Totally eat it. I go to stop myself, and I dislocate my pinky in like 2 spots. And so it was like it was in the shape of like a Z.
This is what happened. We saw the silhouette because like it's pitch black, right? And there's one light like way on the other side of the field. So we just see Isaiah's silhouette running, and then all of a sudden we don't see it. And we're like, what? Where did Isaiah go? And then he goes, get him! Get a flashlight! Get over here with the flashlight! And because Gannon's like the only one with a flashlight on for some odd reason. He's the one running around.
Yeah. And then he's like, no! And I'm like, Gannon, give me your flashlight.
He was yelling at me.
Why?
It was so dark, Isaiah couldn't see.
I honestly could not tell, so I was like, dude, I need to see if I actually messed up my
Let's
hand.
act it out real quick.
What?
Let's act it out.
Wait, I just did.
No, do it again. I'll be me.
Gannon, give me your flashlight.
No, why?
Dude, I think I broke my finger.
What are you talking about?
You just gave me your flashlight. That's not what happened.
Okay, this is what happened. Doesn't
That
matter.
reflection was like almost spot on.
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
But like, it was just a bunch of yelling.
Well, first of all, I was really upset because I was like, am I going to have to get another cast? Because this was like, I had just got out of the cast like 2 weeks ago. And I was like,
I
dude.
broke my arm again, guys.
I was like, no, please. So, I mean, it's never fun going to the ER at camp. Never fun. And plus, it's in Hemet. Horrible ER.
So that sounds like you're what, on a horse getting doctored?
Yeah.
Wait, backtrack. Gannon gets over there with the flashlight, and he shines it, and I get there about the same time, and he goes, "Guys, I think I broke something."
Yeah.
And his pinky was in a legit like Z.
Oh,
I don't know how.
How do you do a Z?
I
It was
don't
broken.
really
You
know
can't
how
do
it happened.
Like, it was bad.
I thought I broke it. I totally thought
Well,
I broke it.
yeah,
We all
I
did.
was like,
break
those
it.
bones.
We all
Yeah, I have no idea how it was broken. But,
Dude, I broke my pinky. That's not fair.
so,
That's when we were like, okay, crap, we gotta go. We gotta get moving. Me, Jeremiah, Isaiah, we felt terrible. At
First,
this
we
point.
had to like convince Jeremiah that this was actually a serious matter.
Oh yeah, because
'Cause
Jeremiah
he's still
was,
running around this whole time.
Jeremiah's
Like,
probably on the slide or
he's
up the
still
tree.
running around like.
It was pretty funny. But then we had to get Jeremiah. It wasn't like that hard. It was probably 30 seconds. Like we get Jeremiah, me, Isaiah, Jeremiah, all walk up to the nurse's office, and it was
funny.
that was an experience.
She's like, "What'd you guys do?" I broke my finger.
at this point, I was like seriously high on adrenaline.
But we were kind of scared we'd get in huge trouble though, because some years they'd be like, hey, you can't go past this fence or whatever. Like you can't go
We weren't
past
past
the
the
bridge or whatever.
We weren't doing anything wrong.
We were
Let's
just-
say that.
Okay.
Sometimes though, it was like.
They can be kind of strict.
Okay, me and Jeremiah might have been doing something wrong, but let's
Well, you never know.
don't bring that up. But the point is,
Okay.
Whoa.
we go.
Hold on. Story for another time.
Yeah.
Start for another time. Isaiah and Jeremiah ends up leaving because it's almost time, like, to go to bed
It's
or
almost
whatever.
lights out.
It's almost
Well,
lights out.
Literally, like,
It-
bedtime.
yeah,
It's
it had to
actually
pass.
like 10 minutes later.
I think it was like 10:35 at that point. It was pretty
Yeah.
late.
It was late. It was like right
Yeah.
up. It was. The music didn't happen yet.
Was this
It was
my
gonna happen.
super senior year?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I remember getting back to the cabin. Were you guys? You weren't in.
Oh,
the
me
cabin.
and Jeremiah.
No,
were.
I
You and
was.
Jeremiah were.
I was the
That was
odd
sick.
duck out, which
Yeah.
was kind of sad.
It's because me and Jeremiah signed up late. And got
Sure,
to
you
get with
guys did
these
that.
guys. That was a fun year.
That was
Maybe my favorite
We
year.
have
was
so
senior.
many stories.
Wow,
from
you
that.
really got-
So many stories.
Remember
But
that?
yeah,
No, okay.
but yeah, we get to the. Sorry, let's get back to the nurse. We get to the nurse, and me and Isaiah are just like going at it with like these funny jokes, and like the nurse, it was like the funniest time.
It was really
Like
fun.
it was. Do you remember it? It was.
I do.
It was
I do.
hilarious.
I mean, I was like definitely like
I don't
high
remember-
on adrenaline.
You were.
I was just like.
But I don't remember anything that happened. I just remember it being hilarious. And like the nurse was laughing at lunch too.
Well, I didn't feel like any pain until the doctor popped it back in.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh dang.
Yeah. Can you explain like the ER process? Because I know you went with Jose Ornelas.
Or Dennis. I like how you said that. So we drive. It took a while for them to get there. It was like half an hour before I actually went back down towards Hemet, which is like a 30-minute drive as well. So I get there. The ER is like sketch.
Was it on a horse?
No, it
Guys,
was not
this
on a
is
horse.
Hemet, California, by the way.
Like,
Okay.
I mean, pretty much everybody that's gonna watch this is gonna be from San Diego, so you guys know what Hemet is like. But for those of you that don't, it's the Boondocks. Like
It's the Boondocks.
It's
There's some parts, I will have to say there's some nice parts, because I might have family there.
the emergency room though.
Not the emergency room, no.
I've never
But
checked it out.
I'm just saying, all of Hemet is not super ghetto, but like,
For the most part.
I
for the
wouldn't
most
say.
part.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily ghetto. It's just like the middle of nowhere. No one.
yeah,
in the
it's,
middle of
it's,
nowhere.
it's just not nice because there's nothing there.
There's Temecula, then there's Hemet, and Hemet's like
Yeah.
trash.
Anyways,
okay.
and the ER there is like what you would expect for an ER.
The
like.
ER is what you do for fun in Hemet. Like that's the problem with Hemet.
Bro.
Hey, I'm voting for fun.
Oh, wait.
So yeah, I get there and
Okay.
it took a while to actually get in. And there's this one person who had like a serious injury where they're like bleeding everywhere, and they were just told him to wait. This person was bleeding like.
Excuse us. You're gonna have to wait
I
without
was
this guy
like-
over here with the broken pinky.
No, they went before I did. I was like, this person dying right here. I was like, hello?
You're like pointing with your Z. See that
Hey.
person? You're like pointing at this guy
You're
over
like,
here
oh
with
my
your
gosh, your
Z.
pinky, come
Yeah,
on.
so-
Have you guys? Seen
Oh my
this?
goodness.
Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, you know when they're on the beach and the medic's like going through the list of casualties and he's like, morphine, Band-Aid.
I don't remember
He's
that.
like, already dead, can't save him. The nurses in there were just like, saw the guy bleeding, like, just a scratch.
I mean,
already
like,
dead.
That's too much.
I mean, like,
Too much.
I don't know how serious it was. It must not have been that serious for them not to rush it, but it looked serious to me. I'm not a doctor.
You're like, whoa, I can wait?
Yeah, I mean, I went before. I mean, I went after him. So
Yeah.
he went in before I did.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wasn't like,
you're a nice guy.
see you, man.
You're like, hey, let him in.
Obviously, they prioritize
Yeah.
patients still.
Oh, okay.
So they're not just like,
I am wrong.
It's not just first come, first serve.
I take
No.
everything I just said.
obviously, if someone's like got shot in the head or something, they're gonna go first.
I mean,
People
yeah.
survive that.
Uh,
Anyway, so I get in there, and the nurse comes up and he's like, "All right, so the doctor's gonna do this because I don't know how or whatever." And he's like, "I'm just gonna give you like a really light pain medicine just so it doesn't hurt me, does it?" And I was like, "Okay." He walks off, never comes back. The doctor walks in, he's like, "All right, let's get this over with." And I was like,
snapping the glove.
and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't
Hey
see
nurse, can you bring the extra long saw?
Oh.
So he like it really wasn't like that's usually when you see it's like he really just slowly pulled it, which added like a lot of pressure and it hurt, but eventually just popped back in and then like immediately started to swell.
Oh, man.
Why you gotta do that?
And so it really wasn't that bad. I thought it would have hurt more, even without pain meds. It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, the definitely the highlight was when I actually like dislocated and I was like, Gannon, give me your flashlight.
You know what?
It
Sorry.
was just a fun time.
Like, that was hilarious. I think it wasn't your super senior year, though.
It definitely
Because-
was his.
No, I think it wasn't because I remember being in the same cabin with you, and I remember, like, we were, like, praying about it. Like, hey, Lord, can
Yeah.
Isaiah be back?
I think it wasn't actually.
I think it wasn't.
Was that our junior year? It must have been our
Yeah.
junior year then.
Well, I think he's 1 year ahead of us, so it would have been
No, his senior.
it would have
Our
been
senior.
my senior year.
Your senior.
Yeah, our junior.
But, like, I remember that because
First
you were
senior.
either in the cabin next to me or,
Yeah.
like either with me.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, and we were praying, like,
Yeah.
hey, we want Isaiah back. We don't want him to have to be sent home. That would suck. Isaiah's, like, one of the funniest dudes here, like, and that doesn't mean, like,
we need
he has
our
to be-
comedy.
Yeah, we need a comedy. But like it was just great having him, and it was super sad. Like, and me and Jeremiah felt like it was our fault
It
too.
was.
It really wasn't. It was my fault for running after him.
But like we kind of felt bad, and it's like
I think
Well,
that
I
was one
remember.
of the first times Gan and Jeremiah were like, dang, maybe we should give up.
That's when we matured a
Nah.
Just a tiny.
Their maturity bar just went one notch higher.
Negative 14.
Negative
Just
13.
like-
Bunch more broken pieces to go.
Slight sliver. And
That's
then,
awesome.
And then Jeremiah goes, but we did have a fun time.
It
And
was
it's like,
fun.
oh,
It was great. It goes down 3.
I remember the thing I was most upset about though when that happened was I was like, I messed up my watch when I fell. I was like,
you messed up
Dude.
your watch?
my watch. I just bought that watch, and I was like, are you kidding me?
You keep emphasizing, bring your watch to camp. And that's not the only time I have.
Yeah, and then it gets all scratched up, but yeah, I mean we had been in the camp or in the cabin like 3 times by our last year, and then we were right next to each other this year.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. But I remember this year at camp, I forgot to bring a watch, and I'm like, oh, great. How am I going to do anything? How am I going to wake up on time?
That was one of
Scary.
my mistakes, too.
But
You forgot to
remember
watch.
that kid,
I
Ajax?
did.
No, what was his name? Ajax. Axel. His name was
Axel.
Axel.
Yes.
He was
That
he was
kid.
kind of a punk. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
Axel, if you're watching. You're a good kid sometimes. But like the funny thing is, he has this broken watch. I'm like, hey, can I borrow it? He's like, sure. So I borrow this like broken watch for like the whole week, and I'm legit walking around with a watch in my hand, like
still have
or
it.
my pocket. Yeah, I probably do. But like, I didn't put it on
Oh my
my
goodness.
like I wanted to tape it. I tried taping it a few times. Got stuck to my hair. You know when you rip
Yeah.
hair off with the tape, it hurts. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is a stupid idea. So like I just avoided the watch or whatever, and I mean avoided the tape in the watch or trying to figure it out.
So-
And I just had it in my pocket in my hand. It was just like, sorry, the watch story made me think of.
Oh no, it's fine. I was kind of just done. But talking about Axel though, I had him in my cabin. The kid was hilarious.
He's a hilarious kid. Yeah.
but he would not rush for anything.
Oh,
Like-
no. We're like,
Get there in 1 minute.
we're lining up. He was on my team.
We had
And
like
so-
a minute to get to the line, and we're in
I'm like,
Gilboa
we're missing
Park.
one
or-
person.
Oh my goodness.
We're in Gilboa, which is if you don't know what the camp is like, so you have where you line up on the very far end of camp, and then you have where the junior high boys are on the other side, and we have like a minute to get
It's
there.
like a
and
5-6 minute walk.
He's walking. He's not running because he took like a 15-minute shower. We're like, Axel, get out of the shower, and he won't get out. He's like, okay, I will in just a second.
Oh my goodness.
Come in and get me.
I was like tempted just to like pick him up one of these times and just start sprinting towards the
Oh
line.
my goodness, dude.
But what?
That's too funny. That just makes me remember Avanov.
There's a lot of stories you can tell.
There's so many
Um,
stories, but
Hey, I don't
Avanov
blame-
walking out in his swimsuit, goggles on,
a full wetsuit. Like me and
In the
Gator-
shower.
in the
right?
shower. Watch
Yeah.
out. We're like, what? Were you scuba diving? Like,
So me and
the
Gator, like, so the
shower.
showers are it's just a long line of showers, and,
Oh my.
and so me and Gator are gonna take our shower. It's like free time or whatever. And as we're walking to take our one of those showers, this kid just walks out and he's in a full wetsuit. And we were like, "Did you just take a shower with a wetsuit on?"
and he's like,
He's
yep.
like, "Yeah." He just walked away, and I was like, "All right, okay."
It was
You're not
pretty-
actually getting
pretty
clean
funny.
when you have a full wetsuit on, but whatever.
It was pretty funny. But that same year, Isaiah had, remember you had the kids showering in the creek.
They weren't okay. Okay, Mr. Sims, that was a joke that he made, but everyone took that literally.
Yeah.
Just 3 of my kids, even though it was their second year, they said, "Oh, our leader said we could go." And I was like, "I definitely didn't. I said you guys could get up and get ready when I left for the morning meeting." So I go for the morning meeting. I come back, and one of my kids walks out, and he's like, "We lost 3.
We lost 3.
We lost. This was
3.
my first year as a counselor, and I was like, "What do you mean we? This is the first day." And I was like, "What do you mean we lost
Monday.
3? This is the first morning." And I was like, "I'm gonna die. These parents are gonna kill me." I was like,
we lost.
and then this white team member, which is like the administrative group, walks up and he's like, "Hey, we just found 3 of your campers. They said that you said they could." And I was like, "I definitely didn't say that." And they're like, "Yeah, we didn't think that. We didn't think you actually said that."
We don't think you're
that.
stupid.
And but it was like it was their second year and they knew better.
Yeah.
Like if it's your second year, you definitely know not to go.
Going to the creek even in your first year?
It's kind of like common sense. not
Like,
to do
it's
that.
pretty silly.
So ever since
What?
then, every year I'm like, you guys can either be in here or in the bathroom when I am not here in the morning meeting. Like you are not to go to the creek. I'm very specific now. There's no general
Yeah.
terms anymore.
I think your first year, you definitely make a lot of mistakes.
Hey, I mean,
And
your first year that,
Hey.
but then it kind of like makes
But
every year seem.
Second
oh,
year,
yeah.
0 mistakes. I had a hammock.
I mean,
Second year, that
this
was
year
smart.
was
You,
a really
you guys
bad
want to
year.
hear my worst mistake?
Yes.
I'll like recap it real
Let's
fast.
get Michael. Let's
Yeah.
get Michael.
Go for it.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but so on was it Friday we did the water slide thing?
Thursday
Like
or
a giant
Friday?
truck.
One
Yeah,
of
yeah.
those.
Thursday, Friday, one of those.
Okay, it's one of the last days. Green team was behind in 4th place all week, and that was my team, okay? And we were trying everything to get ahead. And this was the first day that we were in 1st place. And we were determined, right? Like, we couldn't fall behind. So, when you line up to the squares, all the teams go there, you have these buttons and beads, and all the campers have to have them. And if one of them doesn't, you lose points. Anyways.
Oh.
And it's a lot of points. So, anyways, we play this water game where it's a giant slip and slide. So everybody's in their swim clothes. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is hilarious because
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say too.
Yeah,
I think.
dude, this is a really bad mistake. Anyways, so all the campers have to take off their beads, and so each one of the leaders from each team is in charge of their team's beads. And so I had a little what are those orange folder things. So I was like, campers, come over here, give me all your beads. So they gave me all the beads. I was holding on to them the whole time. Anyways, for whatever reason, we were running so late. And with the water games, we ran like way over time. And so when everybody was like, people just got their stuff and started running. Like there was no like, okay, we have to meet up here at this time. Like girls were running off to their cabins, guys were running off to their cabins. And then we have like a half of each trying to find their bead and not realizing they gave it to me. And then they're wondering what to do with it. But so anyways, my team captain was also wet. So he ran off. So it was just me with the beads in charge. So I made an executive decision. I was like, okay, half the kids are over here, half the kids are already ran off, and half of them are here. But if I give them their beads, this is this dilemma that I was talking about, okay?
Yeah.
I was faced with the dilemma. It's like they have their beads. They can't they could put them on their beads, but the chances of them forgetting their beads go up through the roof because they're just gonna take their clothes off.
Yeah,
and
gonna
change them under their dry clothes and not get their beads.
I would
Yeah.
They're middle schoolers.
just bring it to the line.
Yeah, let's also add this. Beads really matter for points. If
Yeah,
you
buttons.
don't on your buttons,
Yeah.
If you don't have your button, which is your name tag, at the line, you lose 50 points. Which 50
It's
points
huge.
is huge. Like
Yeah.
the winning difference is normally within around 50 points, and that's crazy.
So
yeah,
I made the wild decision because all of Green Team was here, and I look around and all the other teams were gone. And I was like, what did they do with their buttons? But like no other team captains were around, so I could ask. So I was like, crap, what am I gonna do? So I just made the executive decision, which was not a good decision. Foreshadowing. I said, I will give everybody their button at the line. Be there early, run now, and just go. And everybody then, of course, is like, wait, what? And then it has to ask a million questions. But then eventually everybody goes. So I have this thing of beads and buttons. And I was like, forget it. I'm just going to give everybody their buttons at the lines.
Yeah.
So I start walking. I forget, you were there with me, right?
I think I was.
Somebody higher up than me heard that I was giving the buttons out at the line.
A white team member?
I think it was. I don't remember. Or maybe it was some other team. It was somebody.
No, I think it was a white team. I
What?
can't remember, but it was maybe like Ryan Gamble or
Yeah.
one of those guys.
It probably
Yeah.
was right if it was a game.
Yeah.
Coming off.
But he was like, as soon as they get to the line, that counts as not. If they don't have their buttons, that counts as
They've
not.
never enforced that.
Yeah,
though.
I know. But it was okay, I'm paraphrasing. It was something like that. It was like, you have to get everybody their beads.
I thought it was they have to bring the buttons themselves.
Oh, that's
think
that's what it was. It was they have to bring their buttons themselves.
But I feel like
So you
a
can't
water
care
game
about
is a
them.
special circumstance, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all at the
I
change.
know that's what I thought. Anyways,
Like-
I was basically told you need to get everybody their buttons right now
Before they meet the
before
line.
everybody gets to the line.
Yeah.
And now they're all gone.
And granted, there's
Half of them are girls.
There's half of them are girls. There's 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes until we're supposed to be on the line, and
Yeah.
people are just now getting to their cabins. So I was like, well, crap. What am I gonna do? Because if
Yeah.
everybody does not have their buttons, if a whole team
It's over.
Oh, you
does
lost.
not have their buttons.
Yeah.
Lost by
You
a
know
lot.
how bad that would look? Like a whole team.
You would go into negative
there's
points.
usually,
Yeah.
like Keenan, you don't know
Well,
this,
wait.
but like there's usually like one kid that shows up sometimes, and it's like a pretty big deal, and we make it a really big deal. So if like 60 kids don't show up with their buttons, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm over here. There's a girl team leader. I was like, okay, here's half the buttons.
Good luck.
Good luck. Find as many girls as you can and just get the buttons on them. So I start running, and I'm seeing kids. And I'm like trying to look through their names. I'm like still like having terrible time remembering everybody's names. So I was like, Axel, here's yours. And it was really bad. So I got like half of mine out, but I still have like maybe 10 or something like that. Kids are starting to come to the line, and I'm trying to like, kids are coming from 2 different ways. And then my team captain comes. He's like, so what are we doing with the buttons? I was like, so I'm giving them out now. And he's like, no, you should have given them out earlier. I was like,
Thanks, Brad.
I know.
I know.
Hey,
I was like, I done messed up. I know.
but blue and green though?
What?
Bleen.
Glean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's
long
not
story
fun.
short, I was handing these, like, as the kids were running, of course green team is the last team there. But the kids are like running, and I'm like, as they're running, I'm like, take your button, 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 like that. We literally like got down to the last 2 people, and we didn't know where they were, and they showed up late, and then we finally got it to the buttons. But like, literally as he was like, all right, campers, like right when everybody's supposed to have their buttons, last guy rolled up with his button, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You know,
But
So they didn't enforce it, of course.
well, no, because we got there with the buttons.
but
Yeah.
they've never really enforced that rule.
They've
All
never
the
enforced.
time.
But you remember the like,
Yeah.
holy crap, I'm screwed, because
No,
they
I
made
was
it
too,
so-
because I'm pretty sure I had like 7 buttons maybe.
I've seen teams.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
did the
you
same
had like
thing.
7 buttons, but I had my whole.
You had like
team.
30. I had like 7. Yeah.
They've never enforced that because all the time leaders will bring a button to the line
Yeah.
if a kid forgets it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they. It seems like a strange rule because
Yeah,
I
no,
guess-
it seemed at the time, like, it seemed like one of those things where it's like, hey, you need to do this, and it was like, what? Why? But at the same time, it was like, I don't know if you're serious or not.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
You know? And if I show up with a whole team missing buttons,
it's over.
yeah.
and everyone would be mad at only you.
So this.
Yeah, only me, because I was the one with the buttons.
yeah.
This story kind of reminds me. So last year I was the blue team captain. This is my first year being a team captain, and so I have a lot of like bad firsts when it comes
Hey, guys.
to camp. What's up?
You know what I realized?
Huh.
What?
Our camera's like stopped a long time ago. This one's been recording.
Oh,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
that one has like. The
Oh,
same
but that means we just had audio on you for a while.
Yeah, like for half of this.
Anyway, so this story kind of reminded me of. So I have like a really
Go
long
back.
history of having bad firsts when it comes to camp. My first year as a leader, I had all those problems. I had a kid who had strep throat. He had to leave my first year as a counselor. That was like, my whole cabin's gonna get strep throat now. And I had another kid who was super homesick and he was crying like every day. That was really hard to deal with. But then my first year as a team captain, so this is my second year I became a team captain. First lineup. So, evening lineup when they first count buttons and beads. I have 3 buttons missing. And 4 beads. And I was like, my heart. I was like, there's no way we win this.
That was awful.
No way.
We're already at negative points at this point. Like, it was bad. Like, I was like, I can't
I'm gonna be
believe
honest though, I was rooting for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was yellow team, he was like green or blue or whatever you were.
Yeah.
But like,
Listen.
I was rooting for you. But like, of course I wanted my team to win. I wanted you to get second.
Yeah.
We did get
I
second.
got second.
Blue actually, I cannot believe we actually got second after that.
Yeah.
Because if you even miss 2, it's like, your chances are rough.
Yeah.
Talking about this now, it sounds really like why are they talking about the pizza and buttons so much? But like,
If
in
That's
the
what
camp,
matters.
when you're in the camp spirit,
it's
And-
serious.
We takes this game serious.
No, it
it's,
does.
It's like really like, what do you win? But it's like,
But leaders and team captains, the kids look to you
yeah.
to know how much energy you have.
Oh yeah.
And it was hard. Blue team was like the least motivated team I've ever seen. I was like trying to get them.
No, Green was pretty bad.
That's true.
Pretty
That's
bad.
because like Brad's a very mellow guy though.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a.
But you also
dude.
had Kendra and I running up and down,
Yeah.
and Esteban.
Like I would literally.
Oh, you had S.
yeah, we had Esteban.
Yeah,
You had a
Yeah,
decent, but it
yeah,
started
Esteban.
off rough.
Oh, it started
No.
off really rough.
You had good leaders. Your kids didn't want to do anything.
I know. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I literally every time my team got first in any of the games, or like when they won a round, I would do a sprint around them to try to get them hype because
Yeah.
they were so like.
No, and you were like jumping too.
I was like, I eventually I was like doing like slides down the line, and that finally was getting them hype. I was like, yeah, I would like fall over, hurt myself. It didn't matter because it made them happy, and like it was so hard to get them happy. But I can't believe we got second just because we were already down like 400 points or something like that.
And you know what I'm realizing is I was fortunate because I'm a pretty good hype man too. Like I like getting it. Like I was the hype man of the yellow team.
Yeah.
But what's lucky for me is I'm realizing it is we yell yellow, yellow. But when you go like blue, like it just doesn't sound as good.
No,
Or
It
green,
doesn't.
or red, like yellow, like
Because
it
it's
gets you
also-
out.
vowels, that's why.
Yellow's like a happy color.
Yeah, but
You get that visual like
That's true.
stimulant where it's like,
it's
No
just
one can
easier to
talk
yell.
about
It's easier to yell.
sure, yeah.
It surprised me that your team was so hyped, like your kids were so hyped, especially because you had Sam and Michaela, who are both like two. They're more mellow,
Mellow.
right?
Yeah.
They're not
Yellow's
as,
not mellow, but like no, they are. But like it was exciting though going against people and like screaming, and Mr. Mick being like yellow team,
Yeah, dang.
like you get 50 points. Like that was
It was. I mean, it is a struggle trying to get kids that don't necessarily like. I had my first year. Kids were like,
and you got to talk to them.
Usually, the junior
and-
hires are really into the games.
Yeah.
I had a lot of kids that were like, "Can I just not play this game?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
It's the phones these days.
I was like, "Dude, come on." I mean,
No phones can't.
these kids are addicted to Fortnite. Like the first question that any of my junior hires asked me, they're like, "You
What?
play Fortnite?"
What
Be like, leave.
are you in
And-
Fortnite?
Do you
Go.
do you play Fortnite?
Okay.
And what type of deodorant do you use?
The
Oh,
year-
that is a big one.
Parmesan deodorant.
What?
So-
Parmesan cheese.
The year before last, they were so addicted to Fortnite that they created a game, Log Night. And so there was like IRL Fortnite.
my goodness.
And that's all they played during
the
free time.
first? Not last year.
Yeah, the year before last, the one that you weren't at. Yeah,
They
Log
did.
Night.
Log night.
So they
They
were.
created Hunger Games at camp, basically.
Yeah, so you know that fire pit that has the logs that surround it
Yeah.
near our,
Kids in
near
the
our
fire
camp?
pit?
What? It's not lit.
Oh.
What?
Log
Got
lit.
excited.
Why did you get so excited? Okay.
Sorry, Ian, we should have questions like talk with you a little more, but let's finish this up, then we'll try to get.
And so that's all they played literally the entire week during every free time. They're like, "You want to play Log Night?"
Yeah!
They're like, boo! Right out the cabin. And
But like that reminds me of one of my teams. You know how that tree was cut down this year? There's that big log on the big
yeah,
grass.
it's a giant one.
There was these kids like, okay, I forgot what was happening, but we were just waiting in line for this next like game because there was like a scavenger hunt, but we had to wait after this team was done to go to the next section, and all like me and Sam's Club were there, and we just hear this kid like, and they're on this log, and there's kids in like a circle, and there's this kid laying down. And this guy's like, let's sacrifice him. It's like,
I remember
and this
that.
guy was like, ah.
Oh!
It's like, let's sacrifice him. He was like, what is happening? It was like,
I remember
it was
that
so
song.
funny. And then later, like, we had to go, like, get a Bible verse, like, there's words, like, ripped, and you're trying to, like, word them together somehow. Like, puzzle it together. And the kids were like, hey, you guys want to go play the sacrifice game after free time? We're like, no.
Yeah,
that's not the goal of
okay.
this game. It was just, it was hilarious. Like,
I didn't know what they were doing when I first saw all those kids like huddled around.
that's what
like
they were
that
doing.
dog.
They were
Yeah,
sacrificing each other.
because I was going with my team to go wherever, and I saw Esteban you over there, so I was like, they got it. And all of a sudden, like Esteban tells me the story, and like, oh, sacrifice. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
it was. And I don't remember the exact words, but it was like it was what they
pretty
said
crazy.
was even funnier than what I just brought up.
Dude, those kids are hilarious.
Kids are wild.
They're unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Like
They
it's,
really are.
I mean-
Wyatt, Wyatt was a trooper.
That kid
He was awesome.
sassy. He was hilarious.
He was sassy, but he was hilarious, and he was
Yeah, because he messed up his arm.
messed up his arm.
Yeah.
But he was super sweet.
He was funny.
Super nice, funny.
He was funny.
He was a great kid.
I felt so bad for him. And he was my campers too. My campers.
Of course.
I mean, I feel like I like transmit my ability to get.
I felt like I was a half dad there. You're like the dad for your kids, but I was like a half dad too.
Well, because you had another person there.
I was in.
You had
You and me were in the doctor's office like every day.
dude.
I had Josiah.
Campers
Josiah was
so,
awesome.
Well, because I had to take Wyatt there all the time because he had
Yeah.
seriously messed up his arm.
I know.
So he had to go back.
I had to
for
take
checkups.
Josiah every night because he had like a pinky toe like fracture. I don't even know.
Pinky. Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it was bad, but
Dude, like.
it was fun. He loved it.
Alright.
Should we ask?
We should probably start wrapping this up.
Yeah, I think.
I agree.
I mean, like, there's always more stories, but I feel like
we could go on forever.
Week
I mean,
two, we can
This
get
could be
some
like a 3-hour
yeah.
long episode, and
Yeah.
probably more.
But I
Yeah.
think, Keenan, do you have anything to say?
Do I have anything to say?
Yeah, like what do you think?
What's your camp stories, dude?
My camp stories.
Here we go.
Let's get a
We're going to
Keenan-
Waypoint.
Keenan Waypoint
We're
camp stories?
switching over to Waypoint.
Or HSM?
Flip the switch.
Keep it under
3, 4?
10 minutes if you can.
Under
20?
10 minutes.
Keep it over 30 seconds. Keep it under 30 seconds, man.
Okay.
30 seconds.
So-
you get a very short second.
We could do it. We could do another podcast.
Oh,
Because we
featuring
for
games.
Waypoint camps.
Remember
Yeah.
when this guy was licking?
Please don't ever
What
mention
just
that.
happened?
I just remember this YouTube video that Mike
Yeah, it was a highlight.
and I was
video.
filming you,
Oh, yeah.
and Keenan's like, "Danny, look what I can do," and he's like drinking out of his lid.
Yeah, so
I know.
I had
Oh, that's funny.
poured the water from the bottle that, they gave us those bottles for water, and I had poured the water from the bottle into the lid. And I was like, look, you can lick it up from the lid. It was a few years ago, man.
Yeah, you poured up a little.
I
Nice,
think that was
nice.
my first Waypoint camper.
I think-
it was HSM
I mean-
camp at the time, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that, and it's just, for some reason someone thought it would be a great idea to put that on the highlight video.
I know, of course.
Oh.
This guy right here, sitting next to you.
That was a
That
fun.
was me, dude.
That was
Of course that was
fun. Michael just gave me and Jeremiah the camera, and we could just walk around and do anything.
The best decision I've ever
Dude.
made.
Okay, the winter
That
camp.
was good.
The
Yeah,
winter camp for HSM.
I didn't go, but
It was. I made that highlight video, but that was actually a good highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had the GoPro on my head, so you can see me in the video. But that was the one where I kicked the ball, and it went all the way over all the people in the little tennis court or whatever, and right into the goal.
was
And
that foosball?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Human
I love
foosball?
that shot.
I don't think it was human foosball. I think it was just kind
Soccer.
of like indoor soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was a really good shot, and that
That's-
one made it in the highlight video.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because it was a GoPro, you couldn't tell who kicked. But I was sitting in the back watching it, like I know that was me.
That was me.
Dude.
Yeah.
Talking about like insane shots. I mean, King's the only one that knows this, but Matt, when he had that walk off from like across the field, I was just like, okay.
Dude.
But anyway,
Should we wrap it up? Or
yeah, probably.
Keenan?
Do you have any?
Anything
Do you
else?
have any stories?
My first few camps, it was hard for me to get into camps because I'm a little bit introverted. I like to have time to myself to kind of regenerate, and being around people 24/7 can be very exhausting for me. I like to be able to kind of stupid, but I like to be able to go on my phone so I can just close everyone out for a little bit. But it's also good because it kind of helps you grow, and it helps you to learn to interact better with others, and kind of helps you get over yourself a bit, especially as someone who's slightly introverted. It helps you to just know your strengths and weaknesses, and grow and expand, and learn how to live life with other people, especially as brothers and sisters in Christ in the church, being able to grow together, get to know people, and not having the HSM and Waypoint camps. And I know it's kind of the same for Awana camp. You don't have your phones.
Yeah.
And that really as uncomfortable as that can be, it's kind of good. It really helps people to grow together in the way that the church, the body of Christ, should. So that's cool.
Yeah. It's awesome.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for that baseball video coming up soon. I don't know when it'll be uploaded. Maybe
We'll see. It'll be
a few
out
days
soon.
after this probably upload has happened, which I'm not sure when that'll happen. But thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.
Well,
It's over.
Are you whispering into the mic?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're not over now. We're gonna keep going.
We're
After I just
gonna
made that flawless.
probably change this up every different time. So it's mostly, it's always gonna be those two.
The McBryant
And Jamie.
And yeah, I'll
And
be
Jamie.
too.
Jamie.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
it'll be cool. We're
what-
probably gonna change locations, change equipment. This might sound terrible. We might not know until we get into the editing.
Right.
But
and
I don't know. We'll see. This will be cool.
I'm really
Good
glad
progress.
my perfect close was ruined. Takes a lot of work. Thank you.
What?
I had like the flaw. I mean, it was nice seamless close. And Michael
Oh.
over here just starts talking right after.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it
yeah.
really hurt
Yeah.
me.
But for real though, we're gonna
But yeah, thank you.
change things up. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for watching. This was the McBryant Show. We'll catch you next time.
Later. You really gotta hurt my.
My knees!
You really gotta hurt my quote there. Like
I didn't thought
it was over, and you're like, yeah, but I was like,
I didn't know you were gonna end it like that, and then you did. And I was like, oh crap!
and I was like, oh my god.